niin, nyt taitaa kuulua. Pidetään tänään vähän lyhyemmät pelit, mutta sen verran pitkä päivä. Että niin työstämään tätä peliä eteenpäin. Täällä pitäisi olla toinenkin NPC löydettävissä. Ja niin kuin näkyy, itse asiassa headsetti meni vaihtoon. Eli niin kuin enää ei pitäisi olla sitä ongelmaa, että niin USB-laitteet kaatuilee.
Well, I shouldn't just walk in. Oh, good. A kind face. I have tried time and again to ask politely for my friend's safe return, but they rudely mock me in response. Didn't even ask my permission.
Privette.
Oh, my privet is without a doubt the most beautiful sheep on the island.
Okay, so
just ask anyone and
lammas.
they'll agree. A swell of Hadalids reside in this cave. They displayed such inner ugliness and took Privet. I just heard her cries from inside. Even if my Privet was just your typical sheep, which she is not, that would not excuse the Hadalids' rude behavior. I need someone strong to support my negotiations for Privet's return. How would you feel about joining me in exchange for coin? I knew you looked friendly. There goes a true friend to animals, I said. Now, with you to accompany me into the cave. They may get rough, but I refuse to leave without my Privet. I regret that I didn't introduce myself when they arrived. Such a simple gesture from me could have prevented this crime. Hadalids aren't soft like sheep. They're covered in hard shells with nasty spikes, like overgrown mud crabs. Oh, and the smell. Like rotten meat floating in dirty seawater. They usually live far below the water, so I shouldn't judge. Maybe my scent of fine lanolin and fresh hay offends them. Oh, listen to me gossiping like a child. This happens when I get emotional. Sadly, no. That's the sort of thing I'd learn in a friendly conversation. I've heard rumors about Hadalid attacks on other islands around here. In the past, I assumed that was just bigotry. Now, I'm not so sure. I am so much more than a Simbird. I serve each of the creatures under my care. Whatever their needs may be, I attend to them. Absolutely. In many ways, I take care of every creature on High Isle. Those that cannot speak for themselves, anyway. Many animals find their way to my home that deserve special attention. Privet was just such a sheep. I woke one morning and instantly knew someone needed my care. I leapt from bed and ran to my door. And just out front, there she was. Oh, Privet was quite the beauty. From the moment I laid eyes on her, I knew I had to serve her. Of course you do. I could go on for an eternity about her. I already mentioned her beauty, but she's also so considerate. One time, I caught her chewing on a shirt. I felt very cross until I realized she'd done me a favor. It was my old worn gardening shirt. I like to give used cloth to the seamstress in town. She makes patches, but she's old and it hurts her to cut cloth, so I cut it before donating. Privet saved me the trouble. She's great.
Sheep in need. No, ei muuta kuin ritari perästämään sitten lammasta. Pitäisiköhän ehkä vähän päivittää tätä hevosta.
Thanks.
Tää ei tykännyt. Seuralainen. Hadolids. Joku uusi rotu. Julkinen luolasto. Muita pelaajia pyörii jaloissa ihan tarpeeksi. Tää on niin uusi lisäosa vielä kaiken lisäksi, niin lähes kaikki pelaajat on täällä. Löytyykö lampaalluita?
A skeleton! Not privets, thankfully. I hope this poor soul didn't die alone.
Ei ollut varmasti yksin lautasella. Aha. Täällä ei voi vielä ainakaan toistaiseksi mitään meille.
Every day I feel like I understand more about magic than I did before.
Hyvät sulle.
Hey you, everything all right?
Katsotaan. Okei. Okay. Destruction staffilla vaan eteenpäin sitten. Hadolit, nää on niitä hadolitteja. Se on niinku reukeja, mutta kävelee kahdella jalalla.
This is gonna be fun.
Raut hyökkää kimppuun. Ai toi huomasi Emperi. Kompanionit saattaa jäädä jumittaa johonkin aina. Kattele vähän tarkemmin, jos täällä löytyisi noita taivassiiripaleita, mistä saa Kuralhaimota.
Feels good to get the blood pumping, right?
No voi sen niinkin sanoa. Ahaa. Tää on vaan yksinkertainen arkku tosin, että tässä ei välttämättä mitään mielenkiintoista. Murkmajerin treasure map jostain syystä. Mulla näyttää treasure mappeja tuppaa olemaan vähän liikaa. Tulee melkein joka puolelta. Se jos jotain tietty setti-itemiä lähtis hakemaan. Se olisi sitten ehdottomasti kyllä niin kätevä silla.
Anyone else? How do you keep getting stronger? It's amazing! Tell me the secret.
Lampaan jälkiä tuolla.
Oh no, Privet! Wait, these aren't sheep bones. Maybe a horse? Oh, poor thing.
Tuolla näkyy taivas siitä paljon. Jee. Meillä on melkoiset kebab-bileet kyllä ollut. Yes.
Privet's
Oh no.
sash. I gave this to her as a present. Finding Privet's sash worries me. She'd never take that off. Unless she left it as a clue. She wants me to know she's here.
Se on lammas.
The bones we found looked gnawed on, but none of them were sheep bones. So I feel confident Privet's still alive. What a horrible notion. You don't think they'd plan to eat poor Privet? How could anyone look into those sweet eyes and consider such a deed? Privet isn't food. She's a friend.
Uh-huh.
But I must agree, very nasty behavior from my new neighbors. We know Privet came through here because we found her sash. But since we didn't see any sheep bones, they must have moved her. Let's search the caves over to the west. I know it's rude to rummage around someone's home, but they started it. Of course you do. I could go on for an eternity about her. I already mentioned her beauty, but it was from the archipelago to...
Toi me kysyttiin.
Look, a trail of bones. Oh, still not Privet's. A good sign. Look at that natural bridge ahead. I bet the view is delightful.
Hirveä kasa impejä. Peri saa kans kokemusta. Mä en oikeastaan tiedä, pitäisikö noille kompanionille antaa vaan yksinkertaisesti mahdollisuus, että ne niinku saa tappoja. Että saisiko ne enemmän kokemusta sillä vai miten tää toimii.
I think I hear a bleating.
Ja niiden kanssa ystävystyminen oli ainakin työn takana.
Oh no, Privet! How could they put my beautiful friend in a cage? We absolutely must free her.
Brain Claw. Kortteja tulee.
Sweet Privet, reunited at last! A cave exit is nearby. Come, Privet, let's get out of here.
Lampaan pelastusoperaatio. Miten tätä juhlistetaan paahtopaistilla?
You want to talk about something?
Privette ja kumppanit.
Oh, my dear Privet, I don't know how I could live without you. I must say, and I don't usually speak ill of anyone except goats, but those Hadalids were awful. Didn't even bother to explain themselves. I'm thankful you came along to help. And Privet tells me she appreciates you as well. No, thankfully. Her wool is damp and dirty, which I find offensive, but she's safe. I'll clean her right up in no time. Please, take this as a thank you from the both of us. I'm glad that not everyone is as rude as those Hadalids. High Isle feels so
Mielenkiintoinen
peaceful
ase.
most of the time. That's why I like it here, a respite from all the chaos of the mainland. But recently there are Hadalids and rogue knights roaming the roads. And adventurers like you. Too much excitement for me. They fell for her charms, obviously. Who wouldn't want my sweet Privet living with them? She brightens every room, even a moldy cave. Maybe those Hadalids never intended to eat her. Yes, that must be it. She was never in danger. First thing, Privet needs a bath. She seems a little sad at the moment, but a long soak should fix that. Then I'll make us a meal. Ah, the simple pleasures. I just want her to feel safe again. You were quite stern with them. Maybe the Hadalids caught the message not to bother their neighbors. If I see them lurking around again, I will just tell them they're not welcome. I can be quite stern as well when I need to be.
Sovitaan vaikka niin sitten.
And up we go!
Jep.
Doing something with magic-y?
Okei, eli nousi toi rapporteri. Ton luottamus minuun. Kun mä noita runestoneja sain. Tykkää magiasta. Ok.
I'm getting to see all sorts of places traveling with you.
Joo, ne tykkää kans. Näyttää erilaisia paikkoja noille kompanioneille. Nostaako tää tota raporttia sitten? Ei. Selvä. Kai siinä joku mahdollisuus on sitten. Susihukkia.
Good eye. I didn't even see that runestone at first.
Hetkinen. Tuolla. Taivassirpale. Druidien pyhä paikka. Mä lähdin oikeastaan katselemaan, että pääsisikö tonne ylös jotenkin, siellä on mökki. Ei välttämättä. Täältä pääsee. Tää saattaa kyllä olla... Tää näyttää ihan joltain questilta. Näyttää jopa niin hyvin tehdyltä, että tää on joku main questi. Tai sellainen. Pistetään muistiin toi paikka. Siinä oli vulcanic ventti ihan vieressä, niin epäilen, että tää riittyy jotenkin tuohon pääjuoneen. Ja ne on maurmerejä. Komea linnake.
heard the daughter is so distraught she's refusing to leave her rooms. So exciting.
Scandalous. No doubt Isabel is beside herself. Poor girls.
Haa.
What brings you to our tourney grounds here at Castle
Turnaus.
Deer? Oh, never mind that. Have you heard the latest? The Knight Commander has offered her daughter's hand in marriage to the Sapphire tourney winner. Everyone's aghast.
Toivottavasti jotain muutakin kuin käsi pelkästään.
Well, Aurelia has been the most desirable hand on High Isle for years, but no one thought she'd ever commit to a match. Seems the commander has forced the issue. Oh no, that would be a slap in the face to her mother. And Aurelia is such a good girl. More scandal. Her friend Isabel is a participant in the tourney. She's sworn to free Aurelia from her mother's promise. I can't wait to find out what happens. If you help Isabel win the tournament, she could agree to marry Aurelia, then free her from the shortest engagement in history. Delicious!
Joo, kuulostaa ritarin tehtävältä.
What?
Tää Karle Henrik, mun hahmoni, niin se on Tibellan ritari tunteen puolesta.
Don't worry, sweetheart. I'll figure something out. I always do. I'm sorry, this isn't the best time. My friend Aurelia has a bit of a problem. Her mother has promised her hand in marriage, and I need to get her out of it. Somehow. Actually, you look quite capable. Would you mind lending me a hand? Apologies. My name is Isabelle Valois. I'm an aspirant in the Sapphire Tourney, a proving ground for squires looking to join the knightly orders. Aurelia's mother is Knight Commander, and, brashly offered her daughter's hand as a prize. Well, normally, aspirants only compete in one of the trials. If I can win all three, the Knight Commander will be compelled to grant a boon of my choosing. I can free Aurelia from her mother's promise. What do you say? Will you be my second? The 8 must have me in their hearts. My second just left my service, and here I was thinking I'd have to do it alone. All right, there are 3 knightly orders here on the Isle. Let's decide what task to tackle first. The people of the Sisters take pride in our knights, the same as anywhere in High Rock. The Sapphire Tourney hosts 3 orders: the Iron Knot, the Oaken Order, and the Order of the Albatross. They're martial warriors and excellent to horse. You might say the Iron Knot is the most traditional of the Sapphire Orders. Our trial will be to find the hilt from a lost sword called Redheart. It was the blade of the first Duke Dufort. Somewhere on these lands, before they belonged to the Duforts, the hilt supposedly had a massive rough-cut ruby in it. Should be easy to spot. My last squire, Burjo, suggested we hit the castle library to get an idea of where to start looking. 8 above help me. They're artists and sailors, singers, bards, and pirates all. Brave, swashbuckling warriors that make you recite poetry. Ghastly stuff.
Albatrossi, joka vapaana liitää.
No, thankfully. Our trial will be to reclaim the gilded loot of Captain Brenvale. The story goes that he went down into the castle crypts years ago, hoping to use song and steel to subdue a spirit. He never returned.
Kun nämä kaikki etsintätehtäviä.
Oaken Knights tend to be battle mages, conjurers, and support spellcasters. Their power stems from High Isle's strong tradition of druidic magic. Our trial will be to convince an elder to give us a staff, a symbol of their order. I'm guessing it won't be that straightforward, but who knows? There's a way shrine near the Coral River to the east. I'll meet you there, and we can make for the site of the trial. The 8 must have me. The people of the Sisters take pride in our knights, the same as anywhere in High Rock. The Sapphire, they're martial warriors, somewhere on these lands before they belonged to the Dufort. Let's meet up at the castle library in the Knight's Wing. I've spent many an hour there studying up on monsters, history, and healing. My only complaint is there aren't a lot of novels.
Ei edes Investigator Vale novelleja.
Of course. Drake, I'm sorry. I bet I came on a little strong. I've spent months preparing for the tourney, and now the commander's pronouncement has sent me adrift. I'll be all right. What would you like to know? Sorry. It's a curse I picked up from my dad. A word from the old druid tongue that's been co-opted for common folk. I sort of grew up here at the castle, and it's a little more acceptable than the curses the dockhands use, so I use it. Aurelia and I grew up together. We've been close since we were very young, and, well, I can't stand the thought of her marrying one of the other aspirants. Especially Morton's. My goodness, what a dreary man. Nope. The tourney is only called every few years, as schedule and aspirants allow. The commander wants to make sure there are enough people in the mix to make it a challenge. And the orders are only so large on High Isle, as you might imagine. I'm not sure how Tamsfolk tourneys work, but here each order sets a challenge. Attempting the challenge for an order marks you in good standing, and each order only chooses 1 or 2 aspirants for knighthood. It's fairly competitive as a result. I'm not a knight just yet. That's why I'm in the tourney. I was a squire for years before I came an aspirant. You don't want to know how many stalls I've cleaned. The tourney gives me a chance to prove my worth to the orders, you see. That's a handsome question. I wish I had an answer for you. I can see ways that I'd be a good fit for either the Oaken Order or the Iron Knot. Maybe even the Order of the Albatross. That's a problem for Day's End, Isabel to face. Go on, I'll catch up with you at the castle's library. It's easy to find. Big room, full of books. Can't miss it.
You're going to help us. Oh, the 8 bless you. I am going to have one more go at convincing my mother, excuse me, the Knight Commander, to see reason. Making a promise like that for me? What was she thinking? Have you seen the other aspirants? Ugh, Langley is a bore. Brelinol cares only for coin, and Snag is an oaf. And then there's the milksop moribund Mortons. The less said about him, the better. That's a complicated question. The easy response is that Commander Jorvel never goes back on her word. But it's more than that. The tourney means the world to her, and in recent years, we've had fewer entrants. No. She just wants me to be happy. It's expected of noble ladies on High Isle to marry for advantage. Advantage to the ladies, mind. She thinks I'm afraid to take that step and wanted to give me, well, a push.
Ei kovinkaan lempeä työntö. Sir Ulvenbeck. Mutta kiva, kun nykyään NPCt pystyy kans ratsastamaan.
Greetings.
Oh, hello. How are you? Have you come to participate, or are you a valued spectator? Either way, welcome, and welcome again. The Sapphire Tourney is underway, of course. Duchess Dufort and Knight Commander Jorvel have entrusted me with the very important role of overseeing the festivities. More than you can count with 2 hands. We have a whole troupe of performers, several cookmasters preparing different delicacies from across the seas. And it would hardly be a proper tourney without the joust, now would it? The understatement of the year.
Kuinka monta kuolee
Once this tourney
vuosittain?
is completed and the grounds restored and the staff paid, we start planning all over again. The next one is just a few years away, you know. I love my job.
Hevosen sellaista tippuneen panssarissa ei ole turvallista.
The Duchess herself asked me to organize and execute this tremendously popular affair. I mean, who else could do it? I'm a man of many connections. I've managed tourneys, fairs, banquets, investitures, weddings, and, of course, funerals.
Let's take a count and raise a glass broken nights, no ancient ways. Now quick, where is my horse?
Satamakin tuossa vieressä. Ritarien siipi. Jos mentäis vaihtaa etuovesta. Jos näyttää vähän vaaleata, niin mulla on tässä pelissä kammat täysillä ja tällä hetkellä kans reshade pistetty antamaan vähän väriä.
Hello. If you're looking for the Knight Commander, the office is just down the hall.
All over the place. Rude.
Edelleenkin saa niinku taitopisteitä näistä kirjoista, niin
I found something about crop rotation. Exciting.
Baroni Densil, Ranserin sota.
Find anything promising? Let's chat. The book was already open. I bet my old second Burjo offered the same advice he gave me to aspirant Langley. Drake! Let's see. You're right. Looks like the Duforts had a holdfast there, before they became nobles. Oh wait! I know this place. It's an old ruin off to the east. Aurelia and I used to pretend it was a witch's lair when we were young. Well, in my defense, I didn't know it was owned by the Duforts when we played there as kids. We also didn't go looking for knightly relics, which now I wish we had. There aren't really roads back there, but I remember a nice wide path we can take. I'll mark your map. Maybe if we hurry, we can beat Burjo and Langley to the ruin. I'll see you there. I'm hoping we can beat the other aspirants to the hilt. Each of the captains have their own view on how to earn honor. I've heard stories that the Iron Knot's captain, Orlfeth, has slain trolls twice her size. So just swinging a sword won't impress her. She wants warriors that can think as well as fight. That's a funny thought. I don't think so, but we can ask her. The hilt itself is classic Iron Knot. A historic trophy from a mighty warrior who fell in single combat at a crucial battle and changed history with his blade.
Ok. Selkeä tehtävä. Okei, me tultiin tähän näin. Dufortruin on tossa. Mentiin sen ohi itse asiassa.
And we're off.
Jossain pitäisi talleilla käydä vähän syöttämässä hevosta, että siitä tulisi nopeampi. Tai itse asiassa tää on ratsastustaito, eli ratsastaja osaa ratsastaa nopeammin. Tai jotenkin niin se toimii.
What do you want?
Kiitos seuraamisesta, Kopiret. En huomannutkaan.
Nice.
Tässä on tää perinteinen ongelma, että tää on kyllä parempi, vaikka se on vaan vihreä.
I love a good fire. Reminds me
Tää
of
on
being
niinku
a kid.
varastettu
Being hungry
esine.
wasn't so bad when you were warm. Oh good! I didn't want to walk.
You going to enchant something with that? Can I watch?
Okei, tää tykkäis varmaan, jos osais niinku enchantää tai niinku tehdä taikajuomia. Dufortruin, se on niinku nämä. Ei sitä kyllä hirveästi ole jäljellä.
Madame Valois, you're too late. I'm here first, you cannot pass through.
I guess what he said. Sorry, Isabel.
Petturi.
It's not worth a row with Langley over who can search the woods first. I'd best him easily, don't get me wrong. But blatant fighting between aspirants is frowned upon. Doesn't matter. I have an idea. Langley's first and last thoughts every day are about himself. He'll have Burjo working on moving those trees. Well, until he gets bored. So let's just go around. Remember, Aurelia and I used to play up by the ruin. There's a path around the rise to the east. Let's go carefully, though. We stopped playing up there when a fawn warband moved in.
Niinpä tietysti.
Here it is, just like I remembered, by the curved tree. The ruin should be at the top of the rise.
Reaching in there like that.
Isoja pukkeja. Aha, tullaan noita Templarin joo taitoja isopelillä.
This is it. The old stones, the locals call it. Let's find that hilt.
Don't mess with a street kid. Might be something good in there. Might be nothing. Never know unless you check.
Hassun näköinen paikka.
That's it! Come on, let's get out of here before Langley and Burjo arrive.
Careful there, Squire! Don't let the branches snap back! You've scratched my armor! That hilt must be around here somewhere. Get to work!
I'm not sure it's chivalrous of me, but I hope that ours wastes the rest of the day looking for that hilt. We did it! Redheart's hilt! As a knight aspirant, I know I should wish all of my competitors equally good luck. But Stendar, forgive me. I hope Langley gets bitten by every mosquito out here. I am. I assumed the Iron Knot trial would be all about swordplay and martial skill. Maybe horse riding. Horses and I don't like each other much. Anyway, I'm actually quite pleased how we did. Let's move on. Eight above, help me. They're artists. No, thankfully. Our trial will be to reclaim the gilded loot of Captain Brenvale. We can meet up at the Navir Chapel. The entrance to the catacombs is in there.
Katakombeja. Okei, se on tossa ihan lähellä. Räftäyspaikka tossa noin. Tää on tänne puro, mitä pitkin pystyy ratsastamaan näköjään.
They give me strength. Of all the sneaky, dishonest...
Jaha, jotain on taas sattunut.
We've got a small hitch in this rope. The key to the catacombs entrance is usually right near the door. But someone took it. Drake, I hope not. The idea of aspirants trying to directly sabotage each other doesn't sit well with me. And I see that look in your eye. No lockpicking.
Miksi?
Buff my plates. We still need that key. Yes, let's split up. I'll go speak to the castle stewards, and you head for the offices of the Knight Commander. We can meet back here. Stendar willing, one of us will have some luck. I still can't believe someone took the key. So childish. I bet it's Morton's. Morton's. I mean, they're not real pirates. They're knights who ride the waves instead of horses. And sing. By the gods, do they sing. There's an old joke around the castle that they're called the Order of the Albatross because they're so damned loud. Yes, a golden lute. The story goes that some years back, the head of the order, Sir Brenvale, went down to clear the catacombs of a mad spirit. I think it was some Dufort noble? I'm not sure who, but Sir Brenvale never returned. I'll be honest, this is one order I'm not likely to join. They're an odd group. But it kind of makes sense. Just think of them as something like chivalric bards. They're constantly on the hunt for new adventures, new tales to tell.
No, minä tykkään kyllä.
Let's meet back inside the chapel. The catacombs entrance is down the stairs.
Bird no more. Selvä. Taas loistavia nimityksiä.
Oh, Mother. How could you do this to me?
Täällä on edelleenkin ongelmia.
Thank you for assisting Isabel. I'm so grateful to you both. Aspirant Mortons came by not that long ago and told me he already had a honeymoon trip planned. The audacity. I'm trying to muster up the courage. We've been fighting quite a bit. I made Isabel promise not to say anything. I didn't want her jeopardizing her place in the tourney. You must be new to High Isle. My mother is Dame Jorvel, Knight Commander. She has never, in all her illustrious career, gone back on her word. Not once. She offered my hand in marriage, and by the gods, her honor means she won't unoffer it. Apparently not. And here I am, working up the nerve. Mostly pacing. I know Isabel can win the tourney, but I just can't sit idly by either. Ugh. Oh, one of the other knights probably took it or hid it. Cheating! Isabel will not like that. One of my mother's aides might have one. It's good she sent you to ask, though. Best she avoids the Knight's Wing for now. She and I have been friends since we were very young. Knowing Izzy, she'll want to avoid even rumors she appealed to my mother for help. I'd start by asking Dame Hendra. Nilsman might have a key as well.
Sitten vaan kyselemään niinku avaimien perään. Vanhojakin kirjoja löytyy. Kaikki ei ole uusia siis tässä DLC:ssä.
If you don't have an appointment to meet with Commander Jorvel, make one. She's busy.
Imperiaali harniska.
The Nord over there can make the appointment for you. If he's not writing that god's awful poetry at the moment. And I'm looking for a posting more interesting than pushing papers for Knight Commander Jorvel, or playing politics with snooty nobles. Tell me, why should I give a key to the first peasant who comes wandering in off the lawn? A bribe? How unexpected. Most people I have to deal with would rather get snippy and tell the commander about how rude I am. All because I can't be arsed to be obsequious. Refreshing. Here's a key. Try not to get killed down there.
Nilsmon Book Lover.
I saw you talking to her. Isn't her voice beautiful? Like a...
Jaha. Ja speedrolleja saa ottaa tästä vapaasti.
Yes! Are we going to race?
Jaha, tästä pääsee katakombiin.
The stewards were no help at all. You've got a key? Wonderful! Alright, let's see if we can find that fancy loot. Sir Brenvale probably made it deep into the crypts. These catacombs have been built up over generations. Might be a bit twisty down here. I'm gonna show off.
Jaha, hämähäkkiä sitten.
Can you imagine not believing in ghosts? A friend once told me that you can't swing a stick in Glenumbra without it passing through some lost spirit.
Jop, tuo on totta. Ja epäkuolleita myös. Se on hauska paikka. Se on sulkenut itsensä sisään.
I'm here with my second. We'll try to help you.
Whoever you are, I was here first. You gotta hang back. Tourney honor demands it.
Hey.
No, I'm hiding. I have a bit of a fear of spiders, you see. In my defense, I made it past a bunch of the smaller ones. But I lost my nerve when a giant red-eyed beastie leapt out at me. Just a moment. You won't get very far without the key to the deep crypts, which I just happen to have. Ha! I tell you what. When that thing surprised me, I may have dropped my sword. Return it to me and I'll slip you the key. What do you say? Guys, it's such a pity to have to pull up on this task. Lady William is a treasure. Lovely to look at, and so well connected.
Selvä. Tämmönen katakombi. persää-kokemusta. Ihan hyvä. Tässä nyt kestää jonkin aikaa niin kohottaa, että noin maksimitasolla on nämä kumppanit. Koliantus. Stack. Jaha. Täytyy varmaan odottaa, että toi spawnaa. Siinä tulee. Ei ollut kivaa. Okei, kuole. No. Vaan hiilaa. Okay. Se oli kohtuullisen helppoa.
Oh, you're back. How lovely. Did you manage to find my sword? Ah, very good. You know, I've always said that Isabel was a fair hand. Never doubted you for a moment. Here's your key. The door to the deep crypt should be off the main chamber east of here. Yes, well, we're both sporting. Well done all around. And perhaps you won't mention this when telling the tale of your trial? Fair. Well played. Good luck to you both.
Ritari ei voinut jatkaa tehtävää, koska pelkää hämähäkkejä. Ihan hupasaa.
I've never been this far into the catacombs. What a story this will make.
Jaha.
If Sir Brenvale managed to reach his goal, he'll be rather deep into the crypts.
Jauhot mukaan. Noista voi tehdä huonekaluja, niin sen takia kannattaa ottaa kaikki jauhot mukaan. Verrannut aineksi. Jos innostuisi tekemään ruokaa jossain vaiheessa.
They say that Sir Brenvale died at the hands of a ghost. The old Mad Duke. Ugh, gives me the shivers.
Jaha, täällä on näitä sitten.
Nothing will.
toi on? Täällä on lisää. Ja. Näyttää ihan pomotappelupaikalla.
Look! I think that's the loot! Oh. And that must be what remains of Sir
I'll
Grenville.
take your
We
fingers!
got it! Drake, let's get out of here.
Lord! Someone has retrieved my gilded loot. Follow me, away from this path. That ghastly mad spirit may return anon.
Palas jo.
Nothing is too big or too bad for us to handle.
Oh! He met the Mad Duke in combat. Oh ho! And they danced with swords all night long. Alas,
Yeah.
Brenvale's skill was all for naught, and the quest went all awrong. Oh! And now you know the end of the tale. Oh ho! This is where I bid you adieu. Sir Brenvale, the Golden Voice, the Silver-Tongued, once the head of the Order of the Albatross, at your service. Oh, gentle folk. Of course they did, good chaps. And of course, I was one of the Order's most renowned composers. They no doubt wish to put my beautiful gilded lute in a place of honor. Ah, yes, I'm sure when I did not return, there were many a fair damsel who wept inconsolable tears. After all, once you hear my voice raised in song, to know the voice of Sir Brenville the Golden was silenced. The tragedy.
Kyllä, tragedia.
Of course, I commend your efforts. Please let the rest of the Order know that I, Sir Brenvale the Golden, shall now depart this plane at last. My next performance will be in the great theaters of Aetherius. Adieu. Farewell, farewell.
Ok. Luuttu piti tän tässä maailmassa. Me tultiin hautumaan.
Fresh air. Those catacombs were musty as a crypt.
Tuolla piti puhua.
Not quite how I imagined that would go. But we faced the Mad Duke, walked with the spirit of Sir Brenvale, and lived to tell the tale. I'm sure the Order will approve. Good, except for the make up a poem or sing a song about it part coming at the end of the tourney. That I'm less excited about. Let's keep moving. Oaken Knights tend to be battle mages, conjurers, and support spellcasters. I'm guessing it won't be that straightforward, but who knows? There's a way shrine near the Coral River to the east. I'll meet you there, and we can make for the site of the trial. I'll meet you near the old way shrine just up the road.
Okei, se on tossa. Meni vähän takaperoisessa järjestyksessä näin. Mutta kyllä se näinkin onnistuu. Kelaamaton kasetti. Terve vaan. Miten menee? No, kiitos seuraamisesta. Pelaako kelaamaton kasetti Elder Scrolls Onlinea vai? Mitä miehiä ollaan? Pelaat,
I thought I heard Sneg yelling in the distance. He's another aspirant and a complete donkey's arse. Never mind him. We're on a quest. So we have a bit of a leg up on this one. The Elder is a wizard named Erlebrew. He's actually a friend of my father's. He used to tell me stories when I was young. Funny little man. I would never. Stealing is, well, unknightly. Knowing Erlebrew, the challenge will be more about thinking and reason than magic or subterfuge. Right. If I remember correctly, I think he lives in a little grotto to the south, near the coast. He likes his privacy, our Oaken Elder. I suppose in the stories, knights are usually all swords and glory, but the druids have been here forever, practically. Every kid in the Sisters grows up knowing a little bit about runes and nature and the true way. I think they used to be, but no, these days anyone can join. Even non-mages who want to learn the ways of Ifre. Just another little quirk of life on High Isle.
Eli se on juurikin toi paikka, mikä käytiin alussa katsomassa. Josta mä totesin, että tää liittyy johonkin questiin. Ei ollut pääjuoni sentään, mutta aika lähelle. Companion questi. Emperi tykkää tästä näin.
Magister Irin never let me watch him do this. It's so interesting.
Aha. Maagikolla olisi varmaan jonkinlainen itsesuojeluvaisto, että tuolla Emperille se ei päästetä ihan kaikkia maagisia juttuja seuraamaan ja tekemään.
Damn. Sneg and Brelinol beat us here.
Ah?
Get behind me, squires. Sneg was here first. Ha!
We arrived at the same time, you simpering buffoon.
Well, you're still too late. A wizard's magic is no match for the strength and honor of this aspirant. For honor!
Alright. Seems like the direct approach won't work here.
I'm sure I can get this barrier open.
Jaha.
Erlebrew doesn't go easy on aspirants, it seems. I think the trick to this is the pillars themselves. Take a look. Carefully.
Wooden knot. Forest Heron. Tää on ainakin siis värjätty.
A bird. Looks like a forest heron, perhaps. Look at that branch there. Representing Spriggans, maybe? A cat's paw.
Arvaa oikea järjestys.
I know exactly how to bring down the barrier. He's lifted the pillars and the symbols from a story he told me as a child. Almost exactly. A wise old sage puts up a barrier around his home. He's trying to protect a little girl he's raising from a fearsome dark knight. She grows up to be a mighty warrior, but the sage makes her figure a way out of the sacred grove. In the tale, the symbols on the pillars held the key. Like the cat there. A cat's paw is a pretty little flower that grows in shady forests. And that bird looks like a forest heron. I'd bet anything we need one of their feathers. I've seen it before. It's a druidic symbol for Spriggans. In the tale, she befriended one that lived in the grove. She wore a Spriggan's veil, a wreath of leaves they shed every year. Here, if you can find the items, I'll guard our spot.
Oh, I need a nap. Maybe find a nice sunny spot somewhere and close my eyes for a bit.
Huh.
My head hurts. My back hurts. That barrier packed a powerful punch. Stupid wizards.
Karhu on tää näkyy nyt tämmösen tää. Tää oli kohtuu helppo, ei tarvinnut mistään kaukaa hakea noita esineitä. Ylipäätään Esossa nää ei yleensä oo mitään maata järisyttäviä nää. Vähän ehkä hidastaa.
You're back, carrying feathers and branches and flowers, I hope. Looks like you found them. Just place them on the pillars there. That should lower the wards. Majestic birds. Right up until you're cleaning scat off the docks. I'm pretty sure that's not how we're supposed to do this.
Okay. Pilaria pitää tähdätä eikä
Powerful symbolism. That did it.
Noin. Tää on tämmönen puutarhapaikka. Tuo on synkkä pimeä luolakin.
Can you talk to him? I'm all sweaty.
Oh, hello then. Figured out my barrier, did you? And is that little Izzy I see back there? Oh, yes. I hoped it would be her. She remembered the tale of Myriette la Courageuse, eh? So nice you two could come out there. Usually it's just me and the forest spirits these days. Of course not. Solve the puzzle, take the staff. That's the idea, right? What's out back leaning against the cottage? Enjoying good health, second. Off you go then, and be careful where you put that thing. That staff's like me. It might be old, but it can still zap the ears off a rabbit if you aren't.
Hauska, mukava vanha ukko.
Oh, no, that would be wildly inappropriate. I pulled this challenge directly from the pages of one of my favorite books. Who can blame me? I'm a daffy old wizard. Come here, lass. No need to dawdle near the door like you're still a squire.
Thank you, you old goat. Still thinking of me all these years later. Just need to grab that staff now, and the Oaken trial is in the bag. I mean, not literally. I don't have a bag large enough for the staff, but you understand my point.
Siinä vasta.
We've got the staff! The moment I heard Erlebrew was representing the Order, I knew we might have a shot. Well done. I am. Those stories Erlebrew told me when I was little, they're a part of why I'm in the tourney today. And I won't lie, it's nice to know he still cares about me. Strange, lovely man. Let's move on. All that's left is to present the trophies. Everyone will be gathered at the tourney pavilion. I'm excited. And nervous. I get a bit uncomfortable being the center of attention. Here, meet me on the jousting grounds. We'll head in together.
Oikein kautta varmaan pääsee aika hyvin nopeasti sinne paikalle. Onkohan tää tässä? Ei tää välttämättä ole tässä. Tuleekohan skriptattu turnajaisosuus?
This is so much better than reading. Oh, good. I didn't want to walk.
Ouch. Tapellaan sitten. Laiva liikkeessä. Muuten ei... Mä en muuten kertaakaan tainnut Esossa oikeesti nähdä laivan liikkuva. Täytyy oikeesti myöntää. Kiva, että tässä NPCt nyt niinku nykyään osaa ratsastaa ja laivat osaa liikkua. Tosin tuohon ei välttämättä pääse kyytiin.
Isabel! You've saved me! I'd better go and take my place. I promised Mother I wouldn't embarrass her. Please tell me you've good news. I saw Sir Langley stomping around in a temper. He's got a whopper of a bruise, too. I do hope my Isabel didn't punch him. She's not usually the punching sort, but he is such a, well, a ninny.
I think my nerves are as settled as they're going to be. I get more anxious doing formal things like this than I do fighting werewolves. Come on, Izzy. Deep breaths. We walk in, and the tourney herald announces us. I go forward and claim the trophies. As my second, you have the honor of displaying each of them as I call them out. Oh, and most important, don't start laughing when I recite a poem. It's tradition, Stendar help me. The Order of the Albatross requires it. Having you do this with me was more than helpful. You've been a calm and steady influence. A real partnership. Thank you. Let's just get through this last bit. Follow me. The sooner we start, the sooner it's over.
Lords and ladies, men and mer, a knight aspirant approaches the stage. Lady Isabelle Valois.
Let's get things started.
Proceed, madam. Your second may present any trophies you have won.
Together, we found the hilt of blade Redheart, lost in a battle long ago. This we present to the Order of the Iron Knot.
Well done, Aspirant Valois.
To the Order of the Albatross, we present the gilded lute of Sir Brenvale.
Wonderful. Now, perhaps we could hear a poem or ditty about the adventure, aspirant.
The lute of gold did gather mold, lost for many years. I cannot lie, Brenvale did die, tripping on a tomb. And finally, we present the Oaken Order with the Staff of the Wild Woods, after solving the wizard Erlebru's
The Oaken
puzzle.
Order commends you, aspirant.
Aspirant Valois, claiming all 3 trophies makes you the champion of the Sapphire Tourney. Come, you have earned a boon from your commander. From this day forward, you are a knight of High Isle. Be brave, courteous, loyal, and act with honor.
Tästä tuli ritari.
Arise, Dame Isabelle Valois.
Lord Commander, I know what my boon will be. You may know as well. Please release Aurelia from the promise you made. Allow her to make her own choice to marry or not, as she sees fit.
I cannot deny such a selfless boon. Aurelia is free to make her own choices, within reason.
Oh, thank the 8.
Dame Isabelle, I am deeply impressed. I wish to speak with you and your second. Find me in my office at your convenience.
I couldn't have done this without you. Let's see what the commander has to say before I thank you myself.
I figured I'd come see who won this fancy pants affair. Your partner did well for herself. Almost as good as one of the women warriors in my clan.
Ha. Toisaalta on nää varmaan aika avomielisiä, jos niillä on örkkiritareitakin. Örkit on kuitenkin siis sellainen baarijarrutu ihan kympillä Elder Scrollsissa. Orsimer. Örkitkin on siis haltijoita. Ollut ainakin. Sitten poetia sattu paikalla.
You did well, Isabelle. It seems as though your second was a great boon to you today. Second, step forward. I'd like to speak to you. I've known Isabelle, Dame Isabelle, for many years. It was encouraging to see her push herself like this. I believe your able assistance may have also played a part? Well, I believe a knight should not be measured by the worth of their weapon, but by the allies they keep. The Knights of High Isle pride ourselves on our courtesy, and I personally always wish to honor good people. For acting as Dame Isabelle's second during this year's Sapphire Tourney, I want to formally extend my thanks, as both Knight Commander and as a mother.
What a day. I suppose that just shows what determination can get you. When the tourney began, Aurelia was in the depths of despair. I was struggling. And now look at us. Thank you. Take the credit you're due. You kept me focused, gave me a sounding board, and most importantly, I knew whatever happened, I wasn't alone. I can't tell you what that meant to me. I still can't get used to it. Dame Isabelle Valois. I dreamed about wearing shining armor, riding a valiant steed. So far it's been crypts, creatures, and a lot of running around. I've loved every moment. Except maybe the poetry part.
Joo, no, jokaisen meistä on kohdettava oma basiliskinsä. Runous oli tälle se pahin mahdollinen vastustaja.
I've been thinking.
Noniin.
I have a place here on High Isle, but I think I want to expand my horizons. I would like to see more, do more, learn more. If you could use a strong and loyal knight of High Isle in your travels, I'm up for anything.
Yes.
If you'll excuse me, I have to get my
You're
things.
looking especially
I want to get
strong
ready for
lately.
adventure.
I like it.
I think things have turned out just the way they should have. Just be ready to see Isabelle less often, dear. A page has turned on our little story.
Joo. Hieno homma, nyt meillä on uusi komppanioni. Eli näin tosiaan saadaan molemmat komppanionit mukaan. Eli ensimmäinen, tää kasiittivelho, löytyy täältä Tor Drajokista. Ja Isopel löytyy täältä näin Castle Navireesta. Ja tosiaan molemmat kannattaa hommata. Tällä hahmolla mä en oo avannut noita Blackwoodista löytyviä liittolaisia, kompanioneita. Bastian ja Mirri. Aika jännä nyt on itse asiassa kaksi bretonialaista kompanionia pelissä. Yksi käsiitti, Mirri on mustahaltija. Että näin edespäin. Mutta tämähän on hyvä päättää. Päästiin vähän eteenpäin. Äärimmäisen väsyttävä päivä ollut tänään takana. Paljon kaikkea, mutta niin. Hyvä, että päästiin vähän eteenpäin tätä. Varmaan torstaina jatkan tää High Islandia. Pitäis varmaan niinku pääjuonta yksinkertaisesti jatkaa. Joten tällä kertaa tosiaan jatketaan pelailua. Viikonloppuna sitten jotain muuta. Joten niin kuin hyvää yötä teille kaikille ja